Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast, Screen Surger. This day, we have a bunch of new topics that we're going to discuss and how we feel about them.
A lot of really exciting stuff this episode, guys.
Really looking forward to getting into it. So, let's start out Disney Channel. Lilo and Stitch is coming out. A lot of people have taken a look at this new trailer, and we want to talk about it because we grew up watching this show. How do you guys feel about Disney's latest iteration of a classic?
I saw the trailer yesterday. I'm going to go see the movie. I'm super excited for it.
I personally thought the Stitch is cool, but they made like the little girl who's playing Lilo, she's like too much of a baby. She's too young.
Like 4.
It's almost like she's not even like an actress. It's like they took a little kid and is playing like an extra. It seems like she's too immature to play the role.
Yeah, well, the character in the thing acts like a mature adult.
That's what I'm saying. Lilo acts like like in the cartoon, she's like a normal kid, acts like a maybe 13-year-old. Mm-hmm. The one in the show, in the movie, it acts like a 5-year-old. Well, kind of is a 5-year-old.
Well, let's see. Maybe they, just feed her each line and they have some witty writing in there and they make it work. Knowing Disney, that's probably not the case, but
feed her a bottle too.
I feel like Lilo is not a child in the Lilo and Stitch. She's more of an adult.
No, she would answer the door. The FBI agents were there.
Well, that's why she was a child that.
No, she's not a child. She looks like a grown woman.
That was her sister.
She looks like a grown woman. And, I just think that... Whatever.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Okay.
So, I'm very excited for it because from an animation standpoint, it looks really, really cool. Every single alien in that project looks awesome. I don't know if you saw, I forgot his name, but the one-eyed dude.
Pleakley.
He looks really good.
What happened to the Fat Jabba guy?
There's one guy they cast. I don't know his name, and I'm not gonna. Who is the agent guy?
Yeah,
he's the black guy. He's the agent.
The black guy with the mustache.
Yes, Terry Crews is the only option, and they didn't pick him.
Yeah, Terry Crews would
have
been I didn't think of that, but
who did they pick?
I don't know the guy's name.
You know who the best guy would have been?
Who?
Terry Crews.
He was no. He was in I think the Green Mile.
He's dead.
I know, but if we could. That would have been my choice.
Disney has the budget for bringing people back to life.
They could do it. Walt Disney is, frozen somewhere, so they have the means to do it.
I was watching this documentary today, speaking about Disney, transitioning to Florida here, on the Seminole tribe of Florida. And so did you guys know that basically if you're a member of certain tribes, one of them is first off, they own the Hard Rock Hotel and all these casinos. They make billions of dollars a year.
Native American tribe.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Each kid gets $130,000 a year. Just in the trust, and so when they turn 18, they're handed it all, and every member gets paid $130,000 a year. The tribe, the earnings from their businesses, if you have like 15% Seminole Indian, how do we get into that?
How do you get into that?
Well, Killers of the Flower Moon, that was what it was all about. The guys would they'd just have kids, and then they'd kill the whole family.
Wait, why'd they kill the whole family?
To get like their land rights to the oil.
I've never even heard. Is that a new movie?
Came out a year ago.
But that's like, what, just got to forge one of those 23andMe DNA tests.
I'm an Indian, guys. I'm a Seminole, or wear a headdress.
Yeah, I'm a Seminole. And, do the rain dance, and then you're in.
I mean, it's definitely a good deal. We might have taken their land, many years ago, but they're making up for it now.
Yeah, if I was Native American, I'd be like, you know what, you guys literally fucked us hundreds of years ago, but it's more than made up for now. Because I'm getting a massive trust fund.
Yeah, is it? I don't know if they care about money though as much as
they run a casino, Quinn. Of course
they do now. They do now.
It seems like the only thing they care about.
I feel like they're a casino not for profit.
Not for profit casino. No, but
you guys heard about that term making donations to the casino?
Oh yeah,
as in gambling.
Yeah, it's just when you make shitty bets and you just keep losing money.
Yeah.
We always hear about how Indians are not interested in money and they just like the land.
That was just hundreds. Because the land is.
Are they really though?
I think they changed their ways. They're compensating for their lack of financial literacy back then.
Well,
by going overboard.
Very financially literate.
They obviously don't care about land that much because they sold it for $20.
Yeah, and they're looking back and like, damn, great-great-grandmaster, really fucked us.
Well, no, not every tribe is this rich. This one is because they've fought so many wars against the U.S. Army and they've never lost, and they've always just ran off into the jungle and hide, and they've always so they've always been like.
But aren't
they've never? Like you're describing the Patriot.
No, this is true. Well, that's like how America beat England, and then that's how the Indians beat us.
Guerrilla warfare just is.
But how do they? But are they still part of the U.S.?
No, they're their own nation. Yeah, Seminole tribe of Florida, but. And there's one in Southampton. But my question with this is like I see this.
Can you just visit that?
Yeah, I've been out there. Anytime you drive down past Southampton and you see that big.
Is that the reservation?
That's the reservation. It's what?
Are there a couple?
Shinnecock's.
I just know because I hear from all the clients at work, they go there to get
cigarettes.
Yeah,
we live because there's no tax.
They buy cheap cigarettes.
They should build a casino out east in the Hamptons. Are you kidding me? It'd kill. They have
Don't they shoot at people?
It's happened before. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, out east they have like
with bows and arrows.
No, guns.
They have assault weapons, and they'll charge you if you're like boating past, and they'll start shooting at you.
I think there was more to that story. It wasn't just like Indians shooting people.
That's making me think of North Sentinel Island, like where they really.
No, there's a lot of crime.
What is North Sentinel Island?
It's the most dangerous, it's this isolated island. It's in like the west. It's somewhere in the Indian Ocean, and it's like all these tribal. It's like it's a real life Skull Island without Kong.
Oh, they made like a movie about this when they went out there to try and civilize them, and they just kill everyone who's trying to help
I didn't know
them.
there was a movie about it, but
yeah. It's like it's horrible.
I've looked it up and I googled like go on vacation there, and then it says things like outsiders, no one is welcome there. And they show a photo of a native throwing a spear at a boat or some guy coming in.
I would never go there. There's no need to. Like I could go to Florida.
They don't want your help. Like you could. There's
they probably
plenty
don't
of
need it. Actually, they could
funny?
use it, but they don't want it.
There's plenty of people in America
who are willing to accept the help.
Who would love like
the only people who go there are it was the guy who's no, they're like what are they called, missionaries?
Yeah, and they get killed.
And they're there to like. How ironic is it to like. And how I think it's so fucked up. It's like you're trying to.
I think it's like almost entitled.
Yeah, you're entitled. Like, why do you think these people will give a shit what you have?
It's like no, it's like patronizing. It's like you think your way of life is so much better that you feel obligated to spread.
We have running water,
but that's but
it's
these
nothing with religion.
No, I mean with religion.
That's the thing. I had a question. Like, do you think that Native? I watch these documentaries. And we live in a very Native American heavy area. You wouldn't know it because they've all been eradicated. But like every town name is Setauket. Think about it. Setauket, Wyandanch.
Should we tell? Does the world know where we're?
Yeah, Long Island. Setauket, Wyandanch, Patchogue. Patchogue. What's another name of like an Indian tribe around here?
Sagaponack.
Sagaponack.
What?
Nesconset.
You never heard of that?
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah,
most people can't pronounce these names either. Every town around us,
it's not near
is
us,
like
but
Indian.
it's like this like rich little like
Sagaponack.
segregated thing. Sagaponack or some shit.
There's Ronk.
Quag. I feel like
Stony Brook.
The more Native American is, it's usually like the nicer areas.
Stony Brook used to be called Wampog.
I kind of like that.
They rebranded though.
Wampog I like better.
But so do you think that
it's like a combination between Hauppauge and Wyandanch?
The tribes out here though have been completely like there's like you're not going to find a Native American where we live. It's all white people. But if you were to go out east, you will find them. And the thing is, do you think that these people are?
Do they like the
like I don't
Western
know?
ways?
I always hear them complaining like our way of life's been stolen. But it's like to be fair, no one in the entire
online or like in like,
on a documentary. But it's like no one in the entire world lives like that. Like no one's stopping you from doing what you used to do. The world you can't survive like that anymore. If you want to go live in the woods,
do they mean they want their culture or they want lack of technology?
I don't know, but it's like how can you expect the whole world to slow down and stop?
I don't think their whole culture is surrounded by doing rain dances and shit. I think there's other stuff. They can still have their heritage and live in the modern day.
Well, what I'm saying is though they're for some reason, and I guess they choose to because they want to preserve the heritage, live on like the reservations, and that's a very restrictive way of life because there's no industry, there's no way to make money out there. So it's like you should
casinos.
Yeah, but certain reservations don't have casinos. Like
why don't the ones here have casinos?
New York law and things like that.
But Exit 58 does.
Hell yeah! If I were them, I would push so hard to get a casino. It is literally like your path to success.
But like towns restrict against like they don't want things like so many neighborhoods like and like town of Brookhaven, all sorts of places like that. They don't want like things like casinos.
They also don't want you to cut that bush down because it looks really nice. So
they don't.
A lot of stuff they say is stupid.
They don't want nice shit. It's almost like a giant like HOA.
It's like the movie Hot Fuzz.
That dirt pile there.
You ever seen Hot Fuzz? It's like
where they don't want you to like mess up the town and they're all secretly like killers. Like
they preserve it so they think it should stay pristine or what they deem pristine.
Yeah, and it's subjective.
Yeah,
I think a casino would be very pristine.
I would love a casino
right there.
We have one. No, I'd like a casino like Vegas. We have Jake's 58.
Jake's 58. I've been there.
That's not like lit.
That's not a casino.
It kind of sucks. Look, it's not like there's none of the cool shit. It's none of the Hangover Part 2 kind of crap.
That's like a place that a therapist should advertise.
It's boring. It's like, actually on every single machine it says like it has a number for gambling addicts. But that's
Vegas doesn't have that. Vegas is like gambling addicts.
No, they all.
I'm sure they do.
No, every casino has it.
But it's like if you're gonna go gambling, like it should be a trip. It shouldn't be every day.
There's
people at the one by us do it every day.
Well, that's a gambling addict place.
Yeah.
Like I mean, driving
it's
past
not a resort
it,
destination.
Notice it's packed at 7 a.m.
Because
they're there.
It's like Chris Jackson.
It's a hotel, but also I was wondering like how is it so large? There's no way this is all casino because it's hotel rooms.
Who the fuck stays there?
Gambling addicts.
Mohegan Sun will be a cool place. That's like a resort.
Yeah,
Mohegan Sun looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want there to be like.
There has to be a club there. For me, it's a non-negotiable.
There has to be.
There has to be
sure
a nightclub if I go to a casino.
Yeah, the ultimate thing, like casino, none of this digital shit. I want all real dealers, and I don't even know how to play the games, but I've learned.
Well, there's no dealers at the one.
That's the thing that sucks. That's why it's boring.
I've never been there.
Everything is. I went there for a friend's 21st birthday, and it's boring.
Why do people do that? Like you turn 21, let's go gambling.
Look, if it was Las Vegas, I'd go.
I know a guy who made
I don't care about the
$10 million.
gambling. I'm going to the party.
Yeah, you go for the party.
I'd gamble $100 the whole trip.
No, I would
I'd
gamble
a little more than.
No,
I wouldn't.
I would gamble.
I'd gamble 500.
No, I'd gamble.
I don't know,
okay, maybe not 1,000. It depends how much I'm winning.
I mean, I would.
I
have no desire to gamble.
But also, this like I've been told by friends who have gone there. They say like, "Oh, here's the things you never try to get back your losses." And like what? Like all these weird little tips of things I would never think to avoid doing. Like
gambling.
It's stupid shit. It's like, oh, when you lose your money, don't keep gambling more money to try to make up for what you lost. Like, why the fuck would I do that?
That's common sense.
No shit. This is my allotted gambling
yeah.
money, and if I run out of it. That's it. I hope I win with it, but if I don't, that's cut off. The rest of the money.
But then again, the gambling master.
Those are dangerous words.
He was down millions of dollars, and now he has $10 million. Now he has $10 million, and he made every single dollar gambling.
Nah, but I just think if I went to a casino, I would feel like a complete jackass if I blew money on that. Like I'd have crazy remorse after. So
I would be really, really mad if I lost a bunch of money.
Did you set a timer?
Yeah.
That's why I would just have a allotted amount of money I would bring. I just can't believe my friend was telling me this. Like, don't do this. Like, no. That's like saying, whatever you do, don't spend your life savings at the casino.
Yeah.
Like, no shit.
Now, they're going to try to make you do not spend all your money.
It's going to be really tempting. You're going to want to reach into your retirement and go on the
401k. Don't touch it.
Your little cousin's bank account.
Yeah, don't take out little Jimmy's college fund on the slot machine. Like,
I'd like to go to Atlantic City. Atlantic City...
I want there to be a club.
Isn't that the same thing?
I want there to be...
Mohegan Sun's one resort.
One's in Connecticut, one's in New Jersey.
Atlantic City's like more of a party scene.
That's where I want to go. Atlantic City looks like fun.
A club, fancy bar and shit.
That's Atlantic City.
Fucking stripper poles, everything.
Atlantic City looks awesome.
Yeah, Vegas is better.
Foam parties.
Vegas looks like the best, but... That's not accessible.
It actually is, Carrie. It's a plane ride away.
I've talked to my friends that have gone there. All these friends are actually like 50-year-olds and up. But like they say $2,000, $3,000, and you can.
Was that in gambling or was that
everything?
Plane tickets.
Everything, plane tickets, hotel, food.
Yeah, but it's probably cheaper to do Atlantic City.
Well, duh, but it's not as cool. It's not Las Vegas.
I want to do a trip like that. I want to do Atlantic City last summer.
Las Vegas.
Well, we invited you last summer. We said, "Hey, you want to come?" And you said,
"Well,
no."
I invited you this summer.
Well, one day I would do.
Well, we can't. Well, maybe I can this summer.
One day I would do Las Vegas, but I feel also like
maybe.
It's. Yeah.
Once I get these few things out of my way that I have like my goal set on, then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do a trip.
That makes you think like, do you have to wait for? I mean, that could.
Well, financially, I'm tied up in these things, so that's the only reason. I don't believe in waiting to do shit, but that's the only reason.
I mean, that's literally what you just said, though.
No, it's not by choice. If I had the money to, I would go do it immediately. It's because
you don't need to have a shitload of money to save up for a vacation. Yeah, just a small amount.
Okay, I need at least $2,000.
That's what I meant by a small amount.
I don't have that right now. I'm cashing out checks everywhere.
I mean, it's
not liquid like that.
It's not like I have much more than that, honestly. But
I did, and I spent it all.
I'm a little
invested it in my
fiscally
movie.
Responsible.
You're not fiscally responsible. You just probably have a better job, and you don't actually.
Yeah, you're not cheap. You just make more.
You just make more, but you also don't.
I don't make a lot.
Like I've had expenses this year that I had to cover.
Mm-hmm.
So. I was just thinking of Mexico. I was looking at your hat, Riviera Maya.
I would totally go back to Mexico.
I love Mexico.
Oh my god,
Mexico is
awesome.
So awesome.
But you know what's crazy about Mexico is the pools. The pools
are so hot,
so much warmer than the pools here in America.
You can't actually cool down. I have to go to the ocean to actually jump in. It was like a little cooler, but it was still warm. Like bath water, bath water that was sitting there for like a little bit.
It was so beautiful. And then we went snorkeling there, and the difference between snorkeling at the like Mesoamerican reef in Mexico
bring a can of fish food
versus going snorkeling in America, where we have all these like rules and regulations. The reef in Mexico, first off, is so much more pristine and nice, but they also chum the reef so that fish come. Well, they're like letting you touch it.
Like I don't even think that's considered.
You want to take that one?
Yeah, but if you're in Florida though, they like don't touch the reef, don't go too low. We're gonna take you to the outskirts. And our reef's fucked up in Florida.
But Florida's great too. But the reef was not the
I
water
didn't see it, to be
overall.
honest,
It
I
was
didn't
more.
see it.
I didn't see a reef. I saw fish, but it was more. It
saw
was
a reef.
cloudier.
I did not see
It was not
Maybe I
nearly.
did, I remember, but
Mexico was
it was
like
far
I felt like I
cloudier.
was on one of those TV ads.
Bro, Mexico felt like I was
Mexico
in
amazing.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And if you in Florida, I felt like
No.
I was just in like blue water. I couldn't see the bottom.
You know,
and I saw.
we have
not much.
snorkeled at 2 of the 3 largest reefs on the planet.
Yep,
The only one we're missing is the Great Barrier, which I think is number 1.
it is.
That is the biggest one.
But
I mean, I could do
honestly,
without
there's
that.
great whites all over there, so I kind of could do without it.
We have great whites here,
But not where we were.
but also wait, what other reef are you talking about?
The top 3
Mesoamerican?
We did the Mesoamerican. What's the other one?
The other one in
3
Florida?
largest in the world are the Great Barrier Reef, Mesoamerican Reef, and the Florida Reef. We've done Florida
I
and
didn't even know
Mesoamerican.
the Florida reef was a thing.
It was the 3rd largest.
Search it.
Mesoamerican's
Actually, I'll
2.
search.
I just thought it was Mesoamerica.
Jamie, can we look that up?
Jamie, look that up. Oh, I got you.
Did you say Jamie?
That's our producer.
Oh.
Reefs in the world. I wish we had. So the Great Barrier Reef.
Largest great white sharks are caught.
3 largest
Wow.
coral reefs in the world.
think
Great
they're-
Barrier Reef, Red Sea of Coral. Sea, no, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. That's what the tour guide told me, so if they lied to me, I'm going to ask for my money back.
Oh, they lied about other shit too.
They lied about a lot of shit, apparently.
Selling the same knickknacks on the bus as they did in front
Yeah,
of the
this is
hotel.
authentic, psych.
Yeah, it's just made in China.
Oh yeah, Mexico. Yeah, we were on the bus in Mexico to go on this like excursion, and they were pitching us. They were just like, okay, you're gonna go into these stores. We're gonna take you shopping. They're gonna have things in there that they're selling. These are handcrafted by the locals, and if you buy them here, I can guarantee their authenticity. If you don't buy them here and you go to the pyramids, you're gonna be approached by thousands of people selling things that look like artifacts, but they're fake. They're fake wood, and they have worms in them. The guy told us there would be worms in the wood, the same way you tell a little kid there's a shark in the pool. And we all believed it. So we bought all this shit at the shop back on their tour guide, where they probably kick back commission to this tour guide. And a few years later, like we have this like crazy looking wood sculpture. We're telling everyone, yeah, it's crafted by the locals in Mexico in the jungle, and it falls over and it breaks and shatters, and it's made of resin. So they got us.
Yeah.
God, it's good. We didn't find out until years
But also,
later.
That's like, I don't
holding the
even-
thing, you can tell just now upon like further inspection. It's like I can tell holding this before it was even broken that it's not wood.
And
This
but it's
material
much
is
lighter.
resin.
Well,
Resin's heavier,
I know.
depending on what kind of wood. Most likely it'd be
Yeah,
lighter.
it makes sense. But they did a good job, and they tricked us like
Yeah.
so well.
But I still think of it as a cool souvenir because whether it could be made of tinfoil, it's still from Mexico.
I
I
don't-
did
we
get
paid
an
$6
authentic piece of obsidian, and I won it in a photography contest.
We paid
No, but
$60
we got real
for this thing.
obsidian.
You could have
The
bought it for
obsidian's
$5 at the
On
But the
Amazon.
obsidian's real, and the knife you
Probably
destroyed
not.
his.
The other the other priceless artifact you broke?
yeah.
That was
No,
that was real.
Yeah, I broke.
That's real obsidian. I just
I have
feeling. I
obsidian.
mean, I don't know. How do you fake obsidian?
I have an
Like, it's-
obsidian stone that's literally just like a really polished stone, and then I had an obsidian dagger that was broken by the fucking artifact wrecker here.
It's battle used.
God forbid anybody lets him into the Museum of Natural History.
Wait, so
Destructor Indiana Jones.
it's funny. He destroys every artifact.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
That's why I call it Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom breaks all the shit. No, but yeah, if you go into the jungle, like when you go to these places in South America, I know we went to Chichen Itza, and they had all these like it was thousands of vendors selling shit in the woods.
There was like hundreds, but
No, the woods were packed with people living in them. It was insane.
yeah, they were all these guys. I mean, they negotiate like crazy.
That would never happen in America at a national park. It probably will now. But
yeah, but like they were negotiating anytime. I mean, they narrowed down to free every. You know how many times I said that?
they said free.
And then they start
Yeah.
to go up. They're like, okay, now $1.
Then they
no,
go
wait,
up, yeah.
$5. I need to feed my kid.
Yeah.
And then they settle
Wow.
on some price.
I would have rather bought from them because it's the same crap we got at the store. We would have paid a fraction of the
We
price.
could have
though.
gotten that shit for like $5,
So much more of it.
even less.
It would have had worms in it. I can't believe we fell for that shit. Never again.
Yeah,
but-
they had worms and resin bullshit.
They had
Like-
they had this like if you've seen Apocalypto, right, where they have the game courtyard and everything like that, and
where they
basically
kick around the head.
it's the same as it's the same as like
Yeah.
a Coliseum. Basically, humans had this weird and still do have a
the
weird.
winner's head gets used for the ball in the next game.
Yeah, it
You don't
does.
really want to win. Then
They have a weird upset and the loser gets killed. But
There's no. It's a lose.
But the winner's head gets used in the next game as a ball.
But it's an honor though, because you get your head is gonna live on.
Humans
for
have always
another
had this
day.
weird-
So someone hits a foul ball. Oh,
Yeah.
it's in the ravine.
We need another head. They've always had this weird obsession with death, like the Coliseum. I was watching this thing. Same with the
People like
pyramids.
violence.
They said that 400,000 people were killed in the Coliseum, and over like 4 million animals were killed. senselessly just for duels and battles and things for entertainment. So it's kind of like the modern day MetLife Stadium.
They got bored.
Really?
Or what's the one in Brooklyn or the Hood? Is that MetLife?
Yeah, no, our stadium's MetLife.
Yeah,
Except that stuff instead happens outside of the stadium.
Gladiator fights with the bleacher creatures of Yankee Stadium.
No, but imagine in 1,000 years they look at like a Yankee Stadium and like, this is a magnificent.
You're like, this
4,000
How many warriors died here?
Coliseum of the future.
They should actually do gladiator battles in the football stadiums. How sick would that be?
I mean, it's UFC.
That's UFC.
That is
That's
true.
boxing.
Yep.
Modern day
They
gladiators.
just took away all the lethal weapons.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking like maybe not lethal weapons.
You're
but
talking about literally.
You know, they actually do that as
they-
well. It's called like LARP UFC or, or
God.
some shit.
Yeah.
And it's an octagon, right? Except they're in full suits of armor with maces and swords, all real, and they're just trying to kill each other.
Wait, I'm talking like
What?
50. I'm talking like that would be insane.
No, but that's.
They'll do like 4v4s.
No, are you
they
talk-
have teams.
Wait, are you talking about like a real life Running Man? Like
Yes.
Arnold
No,
Schwarzenegger
it's
movie?
No, because they're in an octagon,
But
right?
they're literally trying to kill each other
Okay,
with
listen,
real weapons.
foreign combat sports are unlike anything else. They have fight leagues where just anything goes and you can just gouge someone's eye out. They have fight leagues where it's just like 2 guys versus 10 women. They have 2 guys versus 20 guys. Just crazy.
A third grader versus 2 grown men.
Just like, it seems like they picked the drawings out of a hat.
Wait, Cameron, how do you know this shit?
Yeah,
I just came across it on the internet. I was on a rabbit
This
hole.
is like some dark web shit.
No,
Like
not even,
snuff
'cause-
films and
It's not like they die. It's just in the armor suits, they're like full attacking each other with lances and swords and shit.
but like, what's the goal is to kill each other then?
Well, I don't think you're gonna actually get killed, but yeah,
You're
the
trying
goal
to
is to blow
stab
fuck
you're-
the other
you're-
guy
someone's
up.
eye
you're
out,
trying
you're
to
gonna
stab
shoot
someone.
They get
I think you're
shields.
gonna succeed eventually.
They get
Like,
shields.
We should make a fight.
Then how do you know who wins?
Whoever's alive.
We should
So someone dies.
We should, this is the way they made the UFC. We should organize I'm so serious about this, a business where basically we get medieval style and gladiators and Spartan reenactors, or we create our own like modern day Spartan soldier, and we rent out venues like stadiums,
LARPing.
and we film it like a TV event. And no, we have these people fight to the like blue team versus red team, and it's like modern day Spartan battles with like 20 people on each team.
So that's King's Dominion, the theme park.
But we film it and broadcast it online.
That's exactly what they
And-
do in the sport that I'm describing. It's like an established
Do they wear
league.
like iron and shit?
They are dressed up as valid as you'll ever see a medieval knight look. The full suit and everything.
You could have like broadcasters and things like that.
They film it. There could be 1-on-1. I've seen like a 3-on-3 match. And they just swing giant metal weapons at each other.
See, that doesn't seem fun to me. I don't even like pool
Fun to
basketball.
watch.
It's too aggressive.
They should do like a Iron Man fight, like 2 guys in Iron Man suits. I feel like you can make the real thing despite the flying feature. And just have them just
Iron Man
kick the
suits?
shit out of each other.
There's a lot of like independent engineers nowadays who are doing cool shit like that.
Wait, at your job, why aren't they trying to do that? They made a go-kart. Can they make an Iron Man
You
suit?
can't get a house right, Harrison.
No, can they try? But that's concrete. This is metal.
Got a house right
No,
there.
but can they try? I feel like everything short of the flight part seems pretty possible, right?
Build an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, it's just hydraulics. It's like
They should make a suit like out of iron.
It's all.
They probably
It's literally just imagine first a rubber layer, like a comfy layer, and then you have the metal part, and then it just has
well,
like.
there's people who've done it out of 3D printed, and they look like the real suit. Like
No,
literally,
the point
they're-
is not to look like it. The point is, can it do shit?
No.
well, there's the jetpacks that are real.
those exist. Those are real.
No,
jetpacks.
but I know, but those like you can fly for 5 minutes, and
No,
they're
there's-
massive, and jetpacks have been around since like the 50s.
I'm not talking like the water ones. I'm talking
I know
like
the real
there's-
thing.
Like the real. thing.
It's just twin jet engines on each hand and each leg.
It's just sticking a plane on your back, essentially.
I would totally use one of those. If
I
I
would
had
use
it.
that.
How much are those? Let me check.
They're inventing
I don't
these
think they sell,
VTOLs
but-
now as
Probably
well. They're
$100,000.
electric. They're personal electric
What's a
air.
VTOL?
So it's a personal VTOL, and it's electric
Vertical takeoff
vehicle. Yeah,
Ah.
and it literally it's like an airplane helicopter, and it's a single person one,
$300,000.
and it just lets you fly around. It's
Better
really
fly.
awesome. Domino's, I think, did a delivery in one recently.
You need a license for a jetpack. In the USA, it's possible to fly a jetpack, the ultralight version of our aircraft, with no pilot license.
Yeah, but how long can it fly for? It's like 5 minutes, right?
Let's see.
We do like jetpacks.
How long?
We're out of time, unfortunately, for today's podcast.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
been on for
Guys,
25
thank you
minutes.
so much for
Well, I think
watching
they're gas fueled, Harrison.
this episode of the podcast. Tune in
4,000
next
miles.
week to hear us talk about
Oh.
more things.
No, I'm kidding. 10 to 12 minutes. So you couldn't.
That's more like it.
Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. All right, let's cut it.